children, I welcome you all to class 4 social studies. Today we are going to learn about soils and minerals. In part first, you learned about soils and its types. Is it? And this is part 2 where we are going to learn about minerals, types of minerals, and in that two types of minerals are there. First one is metallic mineral and second one is non-metallic minerals. So, before we begin this, let's know what do you mean by minerals. A mineral is a solid substance that occurs naturally and has a characteristic chemical composition and physical properties. So, here I have written what do you mean by mineral. A mineral is a solid substance that occurs naturally. So, what do you mean by mineral? Which is a solid substance and which occurs naturally and has a characteristic chemical composition. What do you mean by chemical composition here? Chemical composition means when a mineral comes in contact with any other chemical, it reacts. So, that is called as chemical composition. And what do you mean by physical properties? Physical properties is appearance of the mineral, its shine, its shape. These all are called as physical properties, children. So what do you mean by minerals now? A mineral is a solid substance that occurs naturally and has a characteristic chemical composition and physical properties. So this is called as mineral. Some of the examples of minerals are gold, silver, iron and copper. You know, these all we use it in our daily life. Gold as jewelries, silver like plates and all. Iron, we have many iron materials which we use in our daily life. And copper also we are using like bottles and puja plates and all. So these all come under minerals. And children, you know that minerals, these doesn't come in a pure form. Most of the minerals, they come in mixed with impurities. Only few minerals come in pure form like gold, silver, copper. These all come under the minerals which are in the pure form. And where do you get these all minerals, children? These all minerals we get deep inside the earth, which we extract it from the earth. Beneath the earth only you get all these minerals, which will be extracted, taken out from the earth. So, these are all about minerals. So, the minerals which we get are deep beneath inside the earth. When a rock contains particular mineral in large quantities, it is called the ore of that mineral. So, that mineral which we extract from the earth is available on the rock. And when that particular rock contains a particular mineral in a large quantity, it is called the ore of that mineral. So children, first you should understand, mineral we get on rock. When we extract from the earth, it is available on rock. And that particular rock which contains that particular mineral in a large quantities, that is called as the ore of that mineral. And this ore contains impurities. That whichever mineral is there, it will be mixed with the impurities. That is called as ore. Ore contains impurities. And the mineral is separated from the ore by the process called mining. So if you want this large quantity mineral from that particular rock, you have to separate it from the ore by a process. That process is called as mining. So here you can understand, the mineral is separated from the ore by a process called mining. Mining is You should understand ore comes on the rock. When you dig the earth, that ore is present on the rock, and that rock contains a particular mineral in a large quantity. It is called the ore of that mineral, and to separate that mineral from the impurities, that process is called as mining here. I hope it's clear now. So now let's study further types of minerals. Earlier I said there are two types of minerals. First one is metallic mineral and second one is non-metallic minerals. So metallic minerals properties are different and non-metallic mineral properties are different. Here we are having two types of minerals. Let's see them now. So now we will study what do you mean by metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are those that are solid, hard and shiny. So what is the property of metallic minerals, children? Here it is a solid and hard. When you touch, you can feel it. Hard and shiny. It will be very shiny. Such type of minerals are called as metallic minerals. You can hold it and you can feel its hardness and it will be shiny. So such metals are called as metallic minerals. These metals can be melted, rolled into sheets and drawn into wires. I'll show the picture where you will see this. The person is making the metal into a sheets, and here these metals can be melted. When it comes in contact with heat, it will start melting, and that melted mineral can be rolled into sheets and drawn into wires. I'll show the picture now. So this is the picture where it shows the person is melting the mineral into a sheet and a wire. Metals normally exist as compounds in combination. As compounds in combination means metal doesn't come in pure form. Very few metals like gold, silver, copper, I said. So these are the very few minerals which come in pure form. Remaining all minerals, they come in compounds in combination, means they will be mixed with other minerals, and in that way only you get the mineral. now let's see in detail with the PPT now. So now let's learn what are about metallic minerals. Some of the metallic minerals examples are iron, copper, aluminium and manganese. So let's learn this in detail now. Iron. Iron is one of the metallic minerals. Iron is normally found in the form of hematite. Do you know what is the meaning of hematite, children? Hematite is a ore of iron. In the picture you can see how the iron is found. In this way, this is the raw material. It is used for making steel. Iron is used in the construction of houses, bridges, dams and many other things. Steel is used in making various objects like utensils, tools and machines. India is a leading source of iron ore deposits in the world. Are found in Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. Iron is produced by melting the ore in huge factories. Some of the major factories producing iron and steel in India are located in Bhilai, Bokaro, Durgapur, Jamshedpur and Rourkela. Manganese. India is the second largest producer of manganese in the world. So children, in the picture you can see it's a manganese ore. It is used in the production of steel. Manganese dioxide is used in making dry cell batteries. So you might have seen the batteries which are having cells. So these dry cells are made with the help of manganese dioxide. It is found in Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. In India, Odisha is considered the primary producer of manganese. So Odisha is the main producer of manganese in India. This is all about manganese, children. Copper. Copper was the first metal to be discovered. It is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Hence, it is used in electrical cables and chemical industries. So, children, copper was the first metal to be discovered. Earlier, there were people didn't use more of metals. So, first they used the copper metal. Then, it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. It allows heat and electricity to pass through it. So only it is used in the electric cables and chemical industries. Major copper mines are found in Rajasthan and Jharkhand. Aluminium. In the first picture you can see the aluminium ore. So the main ore of aluminium is bauxite. It occurs in the form of bauxite. It is used to make cooking utensils, aeroplanes, cars, windows, doors and many other things. So you can see in the picture how the aluminium is used in making utensils and all. Bauxite is found in Gujarat. Bauxite is found in Gujarat, Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Till now you learnt about metallic minerals. So now let's learn about non-metallic minerals. The three main non-metallic minerals are coal, petroleum and natural gas. They are also called fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means which is out of dead animals or plants. They are non-renewable resources. Now let's study what is coal. Coal is used mainly as a cooking fuel to run engines and generate electricity. You might have seen coal which is used for cooking and to run the engines and to generate the electricity. This is the picture showing coal. In India, coal mining is done in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand and West Bengal. Petroleum is a naturally occurring mineral, also called as crude oil. So you don't find this petroleum in the pure form. It occurs in the form of crude oil. It usually occurs deep under the sea. This is brought to the surface by drilling holes in the earth's crust. Petroleum is collected in tanks and sent for refining. From the refined petroleum, we get a variety of products like petrol, diesel, kerosene and cooking gas. In the picture you can see how the petrol is filtered in the refineries. And you get many products out of petroleum. You get petrol, diesel, kerosene and cooking gas. These products are mainly used as fuel either to run vehicles or used for domestic purposes like cooking. Oil refineries are located all over India. The biggest refineries are in Assam, Bihar, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Natural gas. Natural gas is a form of gas that is lighter than air. It is normally extracted from oil fields. It is obtained while refining petroleum. Natural gas in its liquid state is used in cooking, power generation, automobiles and industries. Compressed natural gas (CNG) is an alternate form of fuel. This is made by compressing natural gas. CNG is used in vehicles instead of petrol or diesel. It is economical and does not pollute the environment. Nowadays you find the CNG, which is a gas. It is used to run the vehicles and it is pollution free and it is economical, means it doesn't have too much of cost and it doesn't pollute the environment. So people are using this compressed natural gas or CNG. The main producers of natural gas in India are Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, ONGC. The main producers of natural gas in India are Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, ONGC, and Oil India Limited, OIL. A large deep pit from which stone or other materials are or have been extracted is called a quarry. For example, to dig stone on a rocky hill is called quarrying. So this is all about the non-metallic minerals. I hope it's clear now. We learned this about metallic and non-metallic minerals. Is it? So we'll meet in the next session. Till then, take care. Thank you.